topic is Ponzi, pyramids, and promises, decoding the modern day scam. And yeah, it's decoding the modern day scam, but actually this has existed for such a long time. In fact, I could recall in my university days, this has been going on. So even though we say it's a modern day scam, it's just new inventions, new methods that the people who are scamming us are bringing into the system. And we have to be aware of all these things. But first and foremost, we need to know Ponzi, pyramids, promises, they all fall under the big heading of what we call fraud today. And fraud is it's as old as, let me not say down, but as old as we can imagine. So what really is fraud? It's simply deceit with the intention to illegally gain a financial advantage over a person or an entity. Fraud is a deceit. It's simply deception with the intention to illegally gain a financial advantage over a person or an entity. It's a dishonest act that deprives an individual or entity of money or legal rights. What you have to understand, or what we have to understand, is the person who is trying to defraud you has an intention. It's deliberate. And what the target is that the person wants to get money off your pocket. That's what you and I need to know whenever we experience this type of incidences. The target is always to get money out of your pocket, your hard-earned money. So let's not forget that money is hard-earned, right? Or smart-earned. And the person wants to get it from you. And that's simply what fraud is in simple terms. So let's look at the common fraud types that we have today. I'm not going to spend too much time here. I just listed it out so that we can be aware, even though we are talking about Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes and promises. But there are other types of fraud, like phishing, smishing, and vishing. They are both the same, just that the method they use is what differs. For like phishing, they use your email to send you a message about a particular investment or whatever, just to scam you. Smishing is using the text message, SMS, a scam message. You get a scam message, and while vishing is the phone call that you receive from someone. I know that most of us will have received a phone call from one particular Kunle or particular Taiwo or whoever trying to ask us to bring money out of our pocket. We also have the credit card and the debit card fraud. That's quite common today. We know that remote banking fraud, identity theft, and identity fraud. We have the advance fee fraud. They ask you to pay an advance fee for something that you want to buy or you want to purchase, and then they tell you have to pay this in advance, but eventually what you have paid in advance for is not available. We have the APP fraud, we have the account takeover fraud, the card not present fraud, cyber fraud, and then what we are talking about today, which is the Ponzi schemes and the pyramid schemes itself. Ponzi scheme and pyramid scheme, they are almost the same, but a little bit of difference. And we need to be able to identify that. And that's what I've done here in this slide. Ponzi scheme is an investment scam that pays early investors with money taken from later investors to create an illusion of big profits. It promises a high rate of return with little risk to the investor. While in the case of a pyramid scheme, it's also a fraudulent investment where participants make money primarily by recruiting new investors rather than from legitimate business. Now, in the Ponzi scheme, in the pyramid scheme, they can promise you that, okay, we have a business that we are running, but for the business to be successful or to give high yield of return, we need to recruit more people. We need to recruit more persons. And so they create a ladder. That's why it's called pyramids. They create a ladder where one person will have two persons under him, the next two persons will have two persons under him, and like that. And the more people you are recruiting, the more you climb up the ladder and your money will be increasing, your returns will be increasing. But in the Ponzi scheme, you don't have such a structure. What they only ask you is bring your money. In the space of 1 to 2 weeks or 3 months, we can promise you that you are going to make this return in a certain amount of percentage. Some Ponzi scheme will promise you up to like 300% percentage. And the sad thing about Ponzi scheme and pyramid scheme is that the people who join early are the ones that normally, first and foremost, get the high yield return. And then the people who are joining later, they are the ones that bear the brunt of the failures of this scheme, because they will eventually fail. And also another sad thing is that you don't get to hear early about these schemes. It is when the people that want to make money have already made money that you will now start hearing about it. But because you are seeing some kind of testimonies, some people are saying they are making money, I have just cashed out, like we say in our normal balance, you are tempted to want to also put your money in it because of the high rate of return you are seeing. And they are also, you don't have to do anything. There's no risk attached to you. Just put your money and get 100% or 200% back. Who wants to take risk when you can easily make 200% at the end of the day in just 1 or 2 months, right? So these are what Ponzi scheme and pyramid scheme is all about. A pyramid scheme is a little bit difficult because you have to go out and start recruiting people, right? So I think I have been involved in such scheme before, where we have to go out to start printing flyer pamphlets, intentionally recruiting people, thinking I was doing a very good business, but I didn't know that I was in a scheme. What is the difference between Ponzi scheme and pyramid? So I have highlighted the difference here. In the Ponzi scheme, there is only one single recruiter who claims that he has a viable business. He's going to tell you, I am investing in oil, I am investing in gas, I am investing in crypto and all those kind of things. But the real truth is that they have no real product to their name. Check all the Ponzi schemes right from the old age, and we are going to list some of them out. None of them have a product to their name, but yet they promise you a fixed return, but no product. So just let's think about that. How do you do a business without any product or without any services that you are rendering? In business, it's either you are offering a product or you are offering services. But these schemes, they don't have any product, they don't have any services, and yet they are promising us fixed returns in big amounts. While in the pyramid scheme, it's a multi-level recruitment starting from the top to bottom. And they may sell products. At times they have products like I don't want to mention names so that I will not put myself in trouble. They may sell products, and they also promise exponential growth. So don't fall for the fact that they are selling products, but rather what we have to look for is this product you are selling and the structure of the business. How is it a viable structure? What is the future of this business? That's what we have to look at. Next slide, please. But in both of these schemes, they are promising us an exponential return, a big return, a high return. What I have done here is to give a history of the kind of schemes that have come over the years, just to let us know that this is not new. Yes, it's a modern day scam, but it has just been refined. It has always been existing. I start from the recent one, which is the CBEX. This was just last year, from last year to this year. They said they are into cryptocurrency investment, but at the end of the day, we see that they crashed because there is no product, no services, no investment they are rendering. The second one I put here is MBA Forex and Capital Investment, and I'm laughing because this MBA, I was part of it. All right, my money was also involved in this MBA Forex and Capital Investment, and you can see what they said they are offering. They are offering Forex trading. So many people have heard about Forex trading, right? So MBA is a company. They take your money and they tell you that they are putting your money into the trading of Forex, and they pay you a certain return every end of the month, right? And for some time, they were paying us, because Kenny and I were involved in this, they were paying us, but eventually they crashed because they didn't have anything they were offering. They were just using other people's money to pay us because people were putting their money into this. People wanted to make money, right? We have also the Twinkers and the Ultimate Cycler. This was in 2016 to 2017. It's a P2P donation. We have the Givers Forum and the iCharity also. This one is help and get help models. They say if you help this person, you also get something in return, right? And then the popular one that we all know about, MMM, that caused a lot of depression and a lot of trouble for many people in the year 2015 and 2016. I'm not going to talk much about that. We are all familiar with that. There is this also, this Nospecto. This was in the early 2000s. My elder brother was involved in this. This was common to people that were working in the banks then. They were the first to hear about Nospecto. They brought it to the banks, told them they were into oil and gas investment, but at the end of the day, they were not into any oil and gas investment. In fact, till today, many people are still hoping that they can get their money from this Nospecto because they are still promising that they will refund the money. There is the Plan Well, which is the Wonder Bank. There is the Umana, which is this was in the 1980s, right? And there is the Forum Investment. And lastly, till now, there are still over 58 illegal Ponzi schemes. 58 illegal Ponzi schemes still operating in Nigeria today. And this information was sourced from SEC, SEC of Nigeria. So they are still in operation today, over 58 illegal Ponzi schemes. So we have to be very, very careful of this scheme because they are still out there looking for whose money they will take. They want to take our money. They want to take your money. So let's be careful about this. And this is how the pyramid scheme works. I've put a structure here from this is the leader. The leader is on top, followed by the next two persons. The first person will have two persons, the first person, and then just like that, you continue to have two persons, and it goes down, down, and down till you have a cycle around one person. But keep in mind, it is this one, as you are recruiting more people, the person that is really making the money is the first person on the top or the second person on the top. Why the others in the lower level are just going to be struggling and struggling and struggling, hoping that one day they will also get to that place, which they will never get to. So, and I am telling you from experience because I have been part of this pyramid scheme also. Now, the real deal that we want to look at today is what is the psychology behind the Ponzi scheme itself? Why do many people fall into this trap? Why? And not that we fall into this trap once, we fall into this trap again and again. I can tell you, like I was saying before, I was involved with MBA, but I was not only involved with MBA, I was involved with, there was this one in Lagos, they call it the MAP. The MAP. This one even had products. They were using motorcycle to deliver food, and they were into AI, so they said. But at the end of the day, it was a pyramid scheme. Till today, that case is still with the EFCC. So what is the psychology behind Ponzi scheme? It is the trust and authority bias. It's easy for you. They first of all sell trust to you. They sell to you that we are authority in this field. So they make you believe that they are able to give you what they have promised. They bring testimonies. They bring examples of people who are making money. And when you hear people are making money, when you hear people are cashing out, and you are hearing it now, every now and then, time and time again, they even come on radio stations. Time and time again, you are hearing it. You begin to build trust, like, okay, maybe this is true. Maybe this is true. Maybe this is true, right? Maybe this is real. And then the next stage that comes in is the fear of missing out. People around me are making money. My dad, my uncle, my brother just made 1 million naira. Am I not missing out? then the fear sets in. And when the fear sets in, it now fits on the greed and the urgency that is involved. Oh, okay, if I put 1 million naira, I can make 100 million in just 2 or 3 months. How about that? I'm going to climb out of this poverty cycle and become amongst the top people. The urgency, and then they feed you with urgency. If you don't do it now, you may never have the chance again. If you don't invest now, if you don't put your money now, you may never have the opportunity again. You keep hearing them repeating the same thing every now and then. But the truth is that there are always opportunities. So anybody that is telling you that if you miss this opportunity, you may never get it again, no, you have to think twice before you put your money into that kind of investment. I'm not saying that it's every business that says that if you don't invest now, you may never have the opportunity again. That is fake. There are some that truly, if you don't invest now, you may miss the opportunity. But when they keep on repeating it, and keep on putting you under pressure to put your money, you need to first think twice before you say, okay, I'm going to invest my money in this. So trust, they sell trust, they sell authority, and then when they sell trust to you through testimonies and examples, then the fear of missing out steps in. You start to think, am I not missing out on a very good investment? And then greed sets in and urgency sets in. So how do you spot a Ponzi or pyramid scheme? I put both of them together because they are almost the same, except for some few. When they are giving you a guaranteed high returns, be careful. That not only in Nigeria, in the world today, if you are into a business, there is no business that you can get so many high returns like that in the space of maybe 2 months or 1 month. So watch the pressure to act fast. When they are telling you to act fast, just be careful, think again. When they have a complex commission structure, they are telling you that this is especially for pyramid schemes. A complex commission structure. When you bring 2 persons, you bring another person, bring 2 persons, another person bring 2 persons, under you, then your money will start increasing. Then you have to be very watchful. That may be a pyramid scheme staring at you. When they are not licensed, they are operating without license. There is no business that should operate without license in any country. So if you see when somebody is introducing a business to you, a scheme to you, the first thing to do is go check with the SEC of that country, or in another country it's called FCA. Are they registered? Are they licensed by the governing body? The next, they don't have any genuine product services. We have talked about it. They don't have documentation. If you ask them for their papers, what they're using to operate, they cannot provide it for you. Their investments are not registered with SECs, and then they have emphasis on you recruiting. This is also specific to pyramid scheme. They are always telling you to go and recruit more people, go out and recruit. Then be careful. How do you prevent this? First and foremost, we need, please, and this is very important, always verify whatever money, whatever company, whatever scheme you are investing in, always verify their licenses with the SEC, especially for those of us in Nigeria. Always check if they are licensed by SEC. Also, watch out for their offers. Are their offers are they realistic at all? Are they realistic at all? Secondly, always use the 2-factor authentication. This is a very popular, common thing, especially in tech today, 2-factor authentication. Verify, speak to an expert, speak to people around you. In navigating with Noel, we have experts that you can speak to. This business, can you help me find out if they are true? Can you help me find out if they are real? Just let someone help you to verify if you cannot do the verification yourself. When there is any suspicious activity, please report. Also, company history is very, very important. Always check the history of a company that you are investing into. This company may just have sprung up just 2 months ago, but they will tell you they have been here 20 years ago. In fact, they may have been here 20 years ago, but they have redefined themselves, but they are still into the same thing. I was watching a skit. Someone was saying that we were HMM before, and now we have come in the form of CBEX again. It may be a skit, but it may be true. Always check for their history. And then lastly, which is very important, which is personal to you and I, is that we need to overcome greed. In this platform, many of us are Christians. And one of the things that we need to do as a Christian is that we must not be greedy. So we need to work on ourselves to overcome greed. We need to look at ourselves. Am I driven by greed? Or am I driven by my intelligence? Am I thinking very well? Or is it that is my greed that is pushing me to do these things?